All right, let's talk about the Sunday night snow globe. Get you outside of New Albany to start things off on our SkyTrack camera. You got to look real close, because Wavy's always keeping an eye on traffic for us. But if you look at our SkyTrack camera, you do see a few flakes still flying around, as they have been all day. And as expected, we have been living in a snow globe on this Sunday. How are you? My name's Carson Meredith. Nice to meet you. It is 7:26 on this Sunday night, February 22nd, the last Sunday night of February, I should say. And winter is back. And it's making a brief return, at least for now. We're going to talk about a really, really cold night ahead. It's kind of getting lost in the headlines with the snow showers, and we don't want that to happen because it's going to be a very cold Monday morning. We'll focus on that. Talk about more flurries we're dealing with tomorrow. At least some of you will be. And then we got a soaker on the way by Thursday. So still a pretty active setup. And quite honestly, that's not changing anytime soon. So buckle up. It's going to be a long stretch here over the next few weeks. Here's radar tonight, live at the moment. And I will tell you, as we put it into motion over the last 3 hours, you see that snow globe is starting to settle down just a little bit. Those snow showers not quite as widespread as they were for much of the day today. Forgive me, I'm going to adjust my camera. I don't have enough room. There we go. I didn't want my head to be cut off there. But nonetheless, easy for me to say. You can see those snow showers are starting to fade. But we'll still have some flakes flying around throughout the night tonight. It should not cause any additional accumulations or anything like that. But we'll kind of have to babysit those road conditions throughout the night. Most roads have held up okay today. And if y'all are watching, let me know if you have any road issues where you've been out and about today. I didn't see any issues when I came in this afternoon, but that was 4 hours ago. So things may have worsened a little bit here over the last hour or two now that the sun has gone down. But bottom line, this is still a minor snow setup. It's just a perfect, basically a lake effect snow. Again, we're on the backside of this gigantic nor'easter that's just now getting its act together with the big cities over there on the East Coast. New York City is shut down tomorrow, which is unheard of for them, right? Washington, D.C., Philly, eventually Boston, that whole part of the metro corridor of the Northeast is going to pick up at least a foot of snow out of this storm. And on the backside of it, we've got the perfect northwest flow off the Great Lakes where we can get that moisture fed off of Lake Michigan that's kind of supplying these snow showers that we've had throughout the day today. Now, as this nor'easter drifts ever so slightly to the north and east over the next few hours, that moisture supply here at home is going to lessen. It's not going to get cut off, but there's not going to be as much moisture to work with overnight tonight and into the day on Monday compared to what we had today. So that's why our messaging is kind of shifting away from snow showers to more flurries than anything else. And again, there's been some little dustings. I know I was driving around earlier today, and there was a little dusting in front yards and backyards and things like that. Maybe a little skiff of snow on the rooftops, but most roadways have been fine. Just kind of that snow globe feel that we've had throughout the day today. Live look at downtown. I'm not seeing any flakes on this SkyTrack camera, but it's zoomed out quite a bit. So there's probably a few flakes flying. The big story, quite honestly, guys, is going to be the cold. And we really haven't talked about that a lot because, well, two things. One, we've had snow showers, but also the wind has become a little bit more of a factor than we anticipated. We knew it was going to be a breezy day, but it's a little more breezy than anticipated. That's the reason why it feels like 14 degrees out there tonight, even though our current actual temperature is 25. And you notice across all of Wave Country, except Campbellsville, that might be a misreading there. But generally speaking, those wind chills tonight are in the teens. And by the time you wake up tomorrow morning, I do believe we'll have wind chills in the single digits, especially outside of the metro, maybe as low as 5 degrees above zero with those wind chills in the morning. Now, let me make this map full because I know the numbers might be a little small to read. But the big numbers in white are the actual temperatures tomorrow morning. The numbers in the blue circles right next to it are the wind chills tomorrow morning. So here in the metro, we've got a low of 22 and a forecast wind chill tomorrow morning of 11. Yikes. That hurts. Back to reality. But you notice outside of the city, a lot of you are going to have those wind chills in the single digits. Jasper, 6 above zero. Salem, 6 above zero tomorrow morning with wind chills. Corydon, 5 above. Seymour, 8 above. Fort Knox, 8 above. So it is going to be a very bitterly cold start to the day on Monday. Heavy coats, hats, gloves, grab them because you'll need them tomorrow morning. And we are likely going to stay below freezing all day tomorrow. Now, technically, as you see here, I do have a forecast high of 32 here in the city tomorrow afternoon. If anybody's going to get to freezing tomorrow, it's going to be in the city. I think a lot of you will hover around 29, 30, maybe 31. So we stay below freezing all day tomorrow. Wind chills we mentioned for many of you in the single digits in the morning. And as we go through the day, that northwest breeze is still going to be there. We'll still have gusts around 20, maybe 25 miles an hour. So those wind chills will be in the low 20s at best Monday afternoon. So a cold day tomorrow to start off the week. And the longer the cold air stays, that's when there's more of a road concern, especially in the morning. I'll explain that in a second. But let me walk you through Futurecast here. And you notice this is our in-house model, the graph model, GRAF. And it did a really nice job with today's snow showers. It picked up the coverage of these snow showers going back to Thursday, I think. And it was pretty consistent, more widespread snow globe kind of snow showers. And it's doing a nice job tonight showing that in general, we're seeing these snow showers fade, but there's still going to be some pockets of flurries from time to time throughout the night. Not just as many as what we had earlier. See the flurries still with us through this evening. Overnight tonight, we should get a break in the more widespread flurries. But we'll maintain a tiny chance for a flake or two throughout the night. 6 a.m. in the morning, I wouldn't anticipate seeing many flurries on your drive to work or school. But as we go later into the day, that moisture we were talking about, it's not going to be covering the entire region, but there will still be just enough moisture over the eastern half of Wave Country to where we could have more flurries during the day again on Monday. So if you live east of I-65, if you live in this zone, east of Louisville, east of E-Town, we'll have a 20% chance for flurries once again throughout the day tomorrow. And you kind of get the idea. I mean, it's not going to be a big deal, but maybe more festive flakes around on Monday. Look how sharp the cutoff is, not only in the moisture, but the clouds. Here in Louisville, well, heck, all of us really will be socked into clouds most of the day. You go down towards Evansville, Owensboro, Bowling Green, they may have bright blue skies. That's how sharp the cutoff is between just a cold sunshine and cold, cloudy flurries on Monday. But we get into Monday night, that moisture from that nor'easter finally scoots to the north and east, far enough away from us to where we can shut off the flurries and have a fairly quiet, albeit cold, Monday night. All right? Pause there. See who's watching tonight. The comments are quiet. Hi, Nathan. Sad the Olympics are over. Yeah, they wrapped up earlier this afternoon, didn't they? Which means, by the way, all of our newscasts will be back to normal starting tomorrow. So we've been bouncing all over the place the last couple of weeks. We don't control that. We appreciate your patience last couple of weeks, but we'll be back to more of a routine around Wave on Monday now that the Olympics are over. But it was great Olympics. I enjoyed watching it. Hi, Angela. Hope you're well. Let's see. Anita, hello. Yes, it was blustery. And it was a nice snow. You didn't have to worry about the roads, right? Visibilities were okay. I didn't see any snow squall issues, which was good. Yeah, just kind of a festive feel in the air. One more potential round of snow, I suppose, because I still don't think we're done with snow yet. I'll explain in a minute. Let's see. Patty, where's Patty? There we are. Hello, Patty. Hope you're well. Hi, Shonda. Gary, celebrating George Washington's birthday today. Yeah, that's right. February 22nd. Good memory there. Gene, hello, up in Scottsburg. Let's see. Did the U.S. get second or third in the medal count? I believe we got second. Yeah, it was a very good Olympics for us, behind Norway. It kind of feels like Norway around here, doesn't it? This is what we'll be watching, especially tomorrow morning, is the pavement temperatures. We talked about it last night. We've had such a warm stretch. By warm, I mean above freezing. And obviously, we were way above freezing last week with several days in the 50s, 60s, and low 70s. So that's allowed the ground to really warm up and come out of that deep freeze that we had at the end of January and I think the first couple of days of February. So even with the cold air that we've had today, we've still got interstate temperatures primarily above freezing, which is good. It takes longer for the ground to warm up and cool down and warm up and cool down. That's a whole nother science lesson that I won't get into tonight, but it takes longer for the ground to cool down. So we're still above freezing with a lot of our pavement temperatures in the city. It's the freeway in the East End, it's about 35-degree pavement temperature. The Waterson's at 39. I-64 out near Cordon's at 26. So that might need to be watched. But you see out near the Shelby Jefferson County line, it's 40 degrees. So long story short, and I forgot I could pop up the Trimark cameras. There you go. Right now, the roads are in good shape because the pavement temperatures are still above freezing. But going through the night tonight, with those temperatures continuing to drop right around 20 degrees in most spots in the morning, those pavement temperatures will get close to the freezing mark. I don't expect at this point to see major travel issues in the morning. I don't. Mainly because most of the snow showers are starting to taper off to just flurries. And when you've just got flurries flying around, and they're dry flurries too, they're not going to cause much of an issue because they're not falling heavy enough, right? So I think most roadways, like dug into the ground, will be fine in the morning. It's bridges and overpasses that could get interesting, especially if we have any residual moisture from those snow showers earlier today. There could be a couple of slick spots that develop on bridges and overpasses tomorrow morning. It's not a widespread issue. I don't think it's alert day I don't think we necessarily need an alert day right now, but there might be a couple of slick spots that develop tomorrow morning. That's just something we'll have to babysit. Tawana will be here on sunrise in the morning watching it for you guys. Shouldn't be a major problem, but if you want to play it safe, maybe add an extra 3 to 5 minutes on your morning commute, just in case, tomorrow morning. All right. So all in all, not too bad. And even with the snow showers we had earlier today, I noticed the roads really weren't getting damp unless you had heavier snow showers falling. And we don't have that anymore. It's just flurries now for the rest of the night. Again, most roads will be fine. Just got to watch for a couple slick spots here or there. Before you parents and teachers start asking, I do believe schools will be in session tomorrow. So there's that. All right, here's the 10-day. And it's busy. It's busy. There's ups and downs. There's snow chances. There's rain chances. There's a little bit of both. Tuesday morning will be cold again. It will be not as blustery, but there will still be a breeze Tuesday morning. So it will be a cold start again. Low of 20 here in the city. Upper teens elsewhere. Note, however, on Tuesday, the wind, while still blustery, again, that wind is coming out of the south. So that's going to allow those temperatures to start warming up into the 40s on Tuesday. And during the day Tuesday, I think we're pretty dry. Tuesday night, Brian hinted at this, I guess it would have been Friday on Snow Talk. There's a weak clipper that's scooting in from the north and east. Models are trying to bring us a little more moisture with that clipper Tuesday night. Probably just rain showers. There could be a few flakes mixing in. It's not a big deal, but that's why you see that 20% chance on Tuesday for maybe some sprinkles or flurries Tuesday evening. Wednesday still looks breezy, but not as breezy as it did a couple days ago. Still think gust around 20, 25 miles an hour. But I'm not seeing, at least on Wednesday, those gusts upwards of 35 to 40. That's not in the cards right now. Next big system, once we get these flakes out of here, is Thursday. This is going to be a soaking rain. This is also going to be a blustery rain. Rain and wind combo still on the table Thursday. It could still be heavy at times. There's really no changes to this outlook that we have here for Thursday. Could see showers, that is, as early as Wednesday night. And then as we go through Thursday, it's a soaker. It's a school day. It's a work day. So a lot of you probably don't have outdoor plans Thursday. But if you do, you might want to start looking at indoor options because it looks like it's going to be wet most of the day. Now, you still see some wintry mischief not too terribly far away on Thursday. Right now, I think during the day, we will have all rain. The question will become, will there be any moisture on the backside of the system that hangs on long enough so that when the colder air moves in, it turns to a few flakes? Right now, I don't see it. It looks to be mainly rain, all rain. But that's just something we'll also have to babysit over the next couple of days. So that system moves out Thursday night. And we get into Friday. Friday and Saturday look pretty good. 54 Friday, good bit of sun. Decent bit of sun on Saturday, too, with a high of 62. That's the warmest day over the next 10. And then we get into the first few days of March. And this still looks interesting. Still does. There's going to basically be a series of systems, one after another, trains on a track. One affects the next. You've heard this before. That will keep us busy the first few days of March. Timing, precip types, coverage, all still up in the air. But I just wanted to give you that earliest alert that as we head into next Sunday, March 1st, our first wave will be scooting through. Doesn't look to have a ton of moisture with it, but maybe a few sprinkles or flurries at this point. Here's Monday, March 2nd. Perhaps a more potent system scooting through. Rain-snow mix. Yep, that's on the table. And then maybe around March 4th, another rain and or snow setup. So the first few days of March certainly look to be on the active side. Just too early for specifics, but I do think we've got at least 2, maybe 3 opportunities for more flakes to get into the picture in those first few days of the new month. Winter is not going to go away easy this year, as you've heard us talk about for weeks now. And of course, Brian will have a much more eloquent discussion on that on Snow Talk in the morning. But that's what we're watching. Lots of little things to babysit over the next 10 days in the weather world. Starting off with maybe a couple slick spots in the morning on bridges and overpasses. And more flurries tomorrow. What questions do we got? Anything? You guys are quiet tonight. Y'all awake? Am I boring you? Hopefully not. Hi, Shonda. For some reason, the live wasn't showing up on the Wayweather Facebook page. Uh-oh. Looks like it went out on the Facebook page. At least on my end, it did. But now I got to check. I appreciate you mentioning that, Shonda. That's weird. It says it's live, but you're right. It's not showing up on the Facebook page. Huh. Well, I'm going to have to take a look at that then. If you click on our profile page, on the Wayweather Facebook profile page, it takes you to the live video, but for some reason, it doesn't want to show up on our page itself. That's weird. So I'll have to investigate that when I'm done here. So thanks, Shonda, for pointing that out. That's going to drive me crazy all night. Hi, Anna. It's cold and still waiting for spring. Yes, we are. 26 days. We're getting there, but like I said, it's going to take some time for spring to really take control for good. There's going to be more bouts of winter to come. So, of course, the question is, do we have any more big snows on the way? Not right now, but I'll go back to these first few days of March. I mean, depending on the temperature profile, which each of these systems rolling through, that obviously don't take this as gospel, but this rain snow line up near Indianapolis on this March 2nd system, it comes down 100 miles. Oh boy, we're going to have some fun those first couple days of March. So is there any big major winter storms for us right now in the cards? No. And there won't be this week. But we'll see what happens in March. I wouldn't discount it just yet. Let's see. Hi, Crispy. The weekend's been good. I'm more tired than I normally am. I don't know why. I shouldn't be. We haven't had as many shows as we normally do, but it's the way it goes. Okay, you guys see it? Brenda sees it. Denise sees it. Okay. Had to come to YouTube to find me. Okay, so it's some Facebook, but not others. Yeah, I couldn't get it on my phone, so who knows? Who knows? Good question, Tim, on YouTube. Could Thursday system cause flooding concerns? It's possible. Maybe some minor flooding. Could look at about 1 to maybe 2 inches of rain on Thursday. So especially if we get any storms in the mix, which right now that chance is low. But if we get any heavier rain in that mix, yeah, we could certainly see some flooding, minor flooding issues. Not a major concern, but we're monitoring that too at this point. Okay, Sally says Facebook is good. Tammy says Facebook is good. Yeah, Tommy, you're having the same thing I did. If you click on it, it shows you and all that. That's weird. Probably a weird Facebook glitch because everything looks good on this computer, but it is what it is. There's a lot of things we can't control with that, unfortunately. All right, a couple more comments and we'll wrap it up. I don't want to bore you all. Yeah, this northeast snowstorm is nuts. It's going to be crazy over the next day or so. Just as long as thunder is good in April. Well, let's hope for the best. Obviously, we couldn't have thunder last year because of the horrible flooding we had in April. But if I remember right, the day we were supposed to have thunder was gorgeous. It was bright blue, sunny, low 60s, I think. And it was a bummer because we couldn't do it because the Ohio River was flooding and tearing up the river front, which was a shame. Let's see. Angelo, the weather roller coaster wreaks havoc on the joints. Yeah, it's going to be a rough few weeks for those of you that battle any joint pain or headaches or anything like that with all these ups and downs on the way. All right. I think we're good. Appreciate you guys tuning in. I'll figure out the Facebook stuff, or try to at least. We'll see. It might be an app thing. I don't know. Facebook drives me crazy, but it is what it is. All right. That's all for tonight, guys. Stay warm. Bundle up heading out the door in the morning. Just keep an extra eye out on the bridges and overpasses for a couple slick spots. But all in all, the morning commute should be fine. And we'll go from there. All right, guys, that's it. If you're staying up late tonight, we'll be back on TV on Wave News at 11. We will be on time tonight, which is nice. And the rest of the crew will be here the rest of the week to get you through the flurries tomorrow and the rain and wind on Thursday. But for now, I'll sign off and say have a great night and a great week, everybody. Take care.